Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Today we're going to be talking all things Devonte Graham and what this means for your Portland Trailblazers. Before the video gets started, please don't forget to like, comment, and even subscribe if you enjoy the content I've been putting out for you guys. We're 150 subscribers at the time of this recording, away from 1,000, so it would really mean a lot if you would hit that subscribe button. Maybe you've even seen my channel before, seen a couple of my videos, but just haven't subscribed yet. And so it would really mean a lot if you would do so. But with that out of the way, let's just get right into the video. Now, I wasn't planning to upload a video today, but yesterday, just as I was uploading my previous video, which you can check out in the description below, the Blazers signed Devonte Graham, and I want to talk about what this means for your Portland Trailblazers. Are people over exaggerating by saying this means an Anthony Simons trade is destined to happen, or is it just a simple training camp invite? So before we get into that, let's talk all things Devonte Graham. He is a 29-year-old 6'1" point guard who turns 30 this year in early 2025, and he was drafted 34th overall in 2018 by the Atlanta Hawks. Now, signing a 29-year-old point guard doesn't really seem to make a lot of sense on paper, but I think this is actually a really smart signing, and if the Blazers decide to keep him long-term, this could be a huge piece for our team. He kind of fills that Malcolm Brogdon role, but doesn't require the same amount of minutes or playing time that he did. Malcolm Brogdon obviously was a bit better of a player, he had better stats and required more playing time on a night-to-night basis, but Devonte Graham is someone who last year only played 23 games and only averaged 5 points. With those 5 points, he averaged 1.6 rebounds and 2.1 assists, and so if he's your third or even fourth string point guard on a bad team, but can provide some solid veteran mentorship, then I think that's kind of a perfect player that this team is needing, as again, since they traded Malcolm Brogdon, the Blazers have been a little bit light at the point guard position. His career stats are actually pretty nice. He was drafted in 2018, as I mentioned before, but since then he's averaged 11 points, 2.3 rebounds, and 4.3 assists per game. And his best season was in his sophomore year in 2019 and 2020, where he averaged 18.2 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 8.5 assists per game. However, that was kind of the peak of his playing so far, as since then he has gotten worse each year. And so what does this do for your Portland Trailblazers? Well, as of this morning, it came out from Aaron Fentress of the Oregonian that his contract is non-guaranteed, so to me that likely just means that this is a training camp invite. He'll probably be on the team through training camp and might be fighting for one of those final spots on the roster with other people like Delano Banton, and maybe even some of the other guys depending on what kind of trades happen. Now you might be thinking, why don't they just sign him on a two-way contract? But after you've played, I believe it is 4 years in the NBA, you're not allowed to sign a two-way contract, and so the least amount of money that Devonte Graham could sign for is a veteran minimum. And then I asked the question, could this mean a bit more for the Blazers than just simply signing a veteran guard? Could this mean that a bigger trade could be happening soon? Personally, I don't think so. I think this is just a simple signing to get a veteran point guard, someone who can play a few guards behind Scoot Henderson, give him some insight off the bench, not require much playing time, and be sort of an emergency guard in the case that injuries are pretty bad. And again, the Blazers were a bit light at the guard spot, and I think this just might mean that players like Delano Banton, if they are kept on the team, the Blazers may just see those guys as more of a shooting guard or small forward kind of position as opposed to a point guard. And so there you have it, a bit quicker of a video today, a bit more simple. I just wanted to get a video out regarding this Devonte Graham signing. In conclusion, I don't think this really means much for your Blazers. It's still worth keeping an eye on Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant and what the Blazers decide to do with them, because if you didn't see yesterday's video I uploaded, I essentially talked about how there were reports where Jeremy Grant or Anthony Simons are likely going to be moved this offseason, and that the Blazers are seeming to move at least one of them before training camp starts. And so maybe they have Devonte Graham as sort of a backup plan just in case that does happen. They already have another guard and don't have to worry about receiving a guard back in a trade for a guy like Anthony Simons. But overall, I don't think this signing is anything too crazy, and I don't think that this means that some bigger trade is going to happen in the coming days. Now, of course, you never know what's going to happen in the NBA and the way that it flows. A trade could happen at any moment, but overall I think that this was just a veteran guard sort of signing that will play kind of those third string minutes behind Scoot and Anthony, and as of right now I don't see any bigger move happening, but of course if something does happen I'll make sure to make a video about it as soon as possible. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out of here. Check out my previous video on the 5 blockbuster trades I think the Blazers could make this offseason, and with that said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time, I'll see you later.